Thank you very much, Senator Hirono.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to start by noting a very questionable act by President Trump recently, wherein he confirmed that he is planning to accept a $400 million Boeing 747 gift from the Qatari Royal Family. Let's call this what it is. The president is using the DoD to accept, you could even call it Launder, an impermissible gift to skirt constitutional limitations on the acceptance of personal gifts from foreign governments without congressional approval. Even more brazenly, he is placing the burden to retrofit their aircraft on the Air Force, which experts say is likely to cost more than $1 billion before transferring it to his own personal use post-presidency. And of course, a particular concern to this committee as well as other committees, accepting this gift brings with it significant counterintelligence risks. And as we sit here concerning ourselves with the use of taxpayers' money from both an operational security and financial management standpoint, it makes little sense that this should even occur. So, Mr. Chairman, I wanted to make a note of what it is not just me, but others consider very questionable behavior by this president. Moving on to questions for General Saltzman. The Space Force is planning to install up to 7 additional telescopes on Haleakala on Maui to support space domain awareness. Monitoring and tracking the increasing number of objects in orbit is critical to supporting the joint force. However, Haleakala holds cultural significance to the Native Hawaiian community. And given the unique environmental and cultural significance of Haleakala, will you commit to working with and listening to the concerns of local stakeholders to ensure transparency and community engagement as the Space Force considers options for this project?
Absolutely, Senator. We have conducted several community engagements, and we will continue to do that as we progress with the project.
I appreciate that because I know that what you are contemplating is very important, and the last thing we need is for the community to not have the kind of awareness and support that it needs to enable us to and you to go forward. For General Alvin, with the ongoing retirement of the aging E-3 fleet, Pacific Air Forces has identified an urgent need to find a replacement as soon as possible, and I have discussed this with others. Also, and my understanding is the Air Force is planning to spend an additional $400 million in fiscal year 25 for an advanced procurement of the E-7 Wedgetail replacement aircraft. Can you talk about the importance of rapidly fielding an E-3 replacement aircraft to support operations in the Indo-Pacific?
Yeah, thank you very much, Senator, and we couldn't be more on target there with the idea of being able to maintain our ability to do airborne warning and battle management. And the E-3 has been a fantastic platform, but it's sort of self-divesting. It is really getting old. And so as we look to the future, we understand there is a future there where, working with my brother in the Space Force, that we will be able to sort of migrate some of that into space. We have to make sure that we can migrate it all into space, not only just the sensing, but the sensing and the making sense and then the deciding based on that. And so the E-7 offers advantages that the E-3 does not have with respect to enhanced capability, range, and some of the other capabilities that it has. So the ability to maintain a viable battle management, especially in the Indo-Pacific, and some redundancy between the air and space layer as the space layer matures is going to be very important going into the future.
This replacement situation has been already delayed, and my understanding is that the administration may still be considering whether to cancel the E-7 altogether in favor of a space-based system, but that is going to take time, and I think that you need to have this replacement for aircraft that are over 50 years old much sooner than moving toward a space-based system. Would you agree?
Well, I do believe that we need to maintain that viability, and I don't want to get ahead of where the administration is on this budget, but you're correct in the 25, our 25 position did have us advancing those two prototypes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will submit other questions for the record.
Thank you, Senator Hirono. Senator Cotton.
General Alvin, you've talked about the need to buy new aircraft to replace our oldest